Exactly.
Their loyalty is entirely to you, the patient, not to the hospital's bottom line. So let's look at what this CRO-style intervention actually looks like on the ground as a patient moves through the system.
Sure.
Stage one, before you even pack a bag, the concierge takes your massive stack of foreign medical records, which, let's be real, are totally useless to a Chinese doctor in English or French, and translates them into exact Chinese clinical standards.
And then they route those translated records directly to the top specialists in those massive Class 3A hospitals for pre-approval,
Bypassing the lines.
completely bypassing the public triage lines. They also step in to build that brutal 120% financial proof packet you need for the S1 or S2 visa, ensuring the consulate doesn't reject you.
Then comes the arrival. You land in Beijing or Shanghai. Instead of trying to figure out the subway system while, pushing a wheelchair, the concierge bypasses the airport chaos entirely.
They have it down to a science.
They really do. They have medical escorts waiting, sometimes actual ambulances on the tarmac if the patient is critical. They take your passport and handle that dreaded 24-hour police registration on your behalf.
They also secure recovery-oriented lodging. So rather than a standard hotel, they find places with wheelchair accessibility, kitchens that can accommodate strict post-op diets, and enough space for your family to stay with you comfortably.
But the real magic happens inside the hospital. This is where they provide what is called a Pisan hospital companion. Think of this person as your digital exoskeleton.
That's the perfect term for it. The Pisan completely dismantles the digital wall.
Because they have the card.
Exactly. Because they are a local resident,
Right.
they have that required 18-digit ID. They have a pre-funded WeChat Pay account.
Right.
So while the patient sits comfortably in a waiting area, the Pisan is flying through the digital kiosks, paying the segmented fees instantly, printing the lab labels, and completely bypassing that agonizing payment loop we talked about.
And they are clinical-grade translators. They aren't just helping you order lunch in the cafeteria, they are accurately translating complex pharmacokinetics between you and the surgeon.
Which is critical.
And going back to that visceral privacy shock, they act as your physical shield. If someone tries to walk into your consultation room while you're half dressed for an ultrasound, your Pisan is the one who politely but firmly asks them to leave and shuts the door.
They defend your dignity in real time.
Yeah.
The Pisan brings humanity back to a hyper-efficient but really cold mechanical process.
Yeah.
I mean, when a patient is terrified, sick, and surrounded by a language they don't understand, their biggest enemy isn't just the disease. It's the profound loneliness of the experience. The concierge essentially cures the loneliness.
And once the surgery is done and you fly home, the service still doesn't stop. They translate your discharge notes back into English so your local GP knows exactly what transpired.
Continuity of care.
Right. They set up encrypted telehealth follow-ups with your Chinese surgeon, and critically, they manage direct billing.
Ah, yes.
Because the top concierges have networks built with global insurers like Cigna and Bupa. They handle the back-end negotiations so the insurance pays the hospital directly, meaning you don't have to drain your life savings to pay out-of-pocket cash up front.
And all of this logistical armor is built for one specific purpose: to grant the patient access to top-tier exclusive medical resources that simply do not exist or are unreachable in their home country.